How you guys doing? Steve here with Crazy American Prepper, and today we're going to talk about the Survivor Filter Tactical Hydration Pack. So stay tuned and we'll get started. Alright guys, this is the Survivor Filter Tactical Hydration Pack. And I'm not going to read any specs off any website or their website or anything like that. I'm just going to tell you as I see it. And first of all, this bag says it's waterproof, that it won't get your contents wet, and we'll show that later. But I want to go over a few things that I don't like about it first, and then we'll talk about everything. But here's the bladder, and it has a 2-liter bladder that fits right inside the back side pack. So you loop this in here. Now I'm going to let you guys know I only filled up this bladder with 1.5 ounces of water, or liter of water, because 2 liters seems to be too much. Now this is what I don't like about the pack so far. Now I've had this pack for 3 months, so I've had a good time to test it out, and it's been used every day for 3 months. I take this to work with me as my EDC. This is my lunch box. This is my everything. So, but the bladder slips in the back. Now with the bladder back here with just the 1.5 liters of water, it's uncomfortable in the spine. Not too bad, just a little bit, but I think I can deal with that. That's fine. What I don't like was only having 1.5 liters of water in here and having it with gear inside here. When I'm wearing it, the water comes out. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's water everywhere leaking right here. It's pushing it out of the hose. And it does have a stop on here. You turn it and you can drink it, and then you close it off. But the pressure that's on the bladder is causing it to just come out the hose. I mean, that's one thing I don't like, is how it leaks. So it'll get you wet in the spots. But we'll go ahead and slide the bladder out. And there's the bladder. See, it says it's a 2-liter, but I only put 1.5 ounces of water in it. Now it's showing more, but that's because I laid it flat and allowed to get the air out of it. That way it'd be less of a balloon inside the pack. After that's done, you just snap it back up. But there's your Survivor Filter water bladder. So this is a nice bladder though. It really is unique. This handle here helps you get it in and out. It also helps you with filling it up with water. That could be difficult to do while tightening up the lid and without letting water get out. But this right here is pretty nifty. It's like a little gel type mouthpiece, and you just kind of bite on it and suck on it at the same time, and you get your water and it flows out pretty good. You swivel it right there and it locks it off. So with that said, what I don't like, I am going to move it out of the way and let it sit over here. Now, I'm not going to get into the gear that I have on here. It's just stuff that I put on here. Like I said, I've used this for 3 months now, and every day for 3 months. But here's the first. We'll go over the strap. It's got a little harness, a 3-point strap on the front buckle. It grabs it from 2 points here down to a center point in the middle of the pack to help maintain balance and closing it off and carrying weight distribution. It does a pretty good job. It's got a little pouch up front. It's pretty big, wide enough to fit the Survivor Filter inside, along with other gear, paracord, soap, anything. Anyways, pretty good sized little pouch there. Now the pouch does have a Velcro with some MOLLE webbing on the front, and you can also put the Velcro itself is like a MOLLE, has webbing there. So that's pretty nifty to have that. I like that to put my patches on or anything else. But here goes the next spot, and it's this pouch, and it's pretty big pouch. It's got 2 little main pouches inside that you can stick stuff in. It's pretty big. with a surface area. Again, more MOLLE here. Webbing. It's also got a compression strap on each side on the lower of the pack. Nice. Got a compression straps on the bottom to keep your pack nice and snug so it's not bouncing around. So, alright, now let's get into the mid compartment. That's a good size. That's where I've been keeping my lunch or food, anything like that. Again, it goes all the way to the bottom of the pack. Pretty big. It's got some mesh pockets here. Got another pocket up top. That's where I keep a lot of the coffee and my condiments and stuff like that. So, again, pretty big compartments. Very satisfied. On the inside of it, it's got like a vinyl, which is very good. You can see the stitching that goes through it, but the vinyl itself is pretty good. It's held up pretty well. I haven't had a problem with that, or the zippers. I haven't had one problem with the zippers yet. The zippers seem to be doing really well. So now we'll go to the main compartment, and we'll take a look inside there. There's their main compartment. As you can see, it's pretty big. I've got toilet paper, I got some clothes, I got some other stuff, got my first aid kit. Now inside here, the main compartment, it has another zippered pouch that you can put other stuff in, and also you can see it has the vinyl inside here. But overall, the room that this pack has is nice. This part is padded, so that helps out a lot. Along with the backing, of course, is padded, but the inside of this bag is padded. So let's zip this up. Again, guys, I'm not going to read any specs off from their website. I'm just going to tell you what I feel and how I think about it. And after using it for 3 months before I did this review, I wanted to make sure I give it proper based off of my everyday use. It's got more MOLLE webbing here. They go all the way underneath the bag here. Let's see if you can see that, but it goes all the way underneath. Comes up the sides. That's nice. It's got some MOLLE webbing here. The handle's got a little bit of MOLLE right here on the top. It's got loops on both ends here. Again, more MOLLE here. There is some MOLLE straps you can use on the side of your shoulder straps. It's got little bungees, and it's got the chest compression strap. So now this pack also came with a waist belt strap, but I took it off. I think the pack is a little too small to have it. I have a long torso. The pack is a little too small. Whenever I strap it down, it's all the way up my stomach, and I'm not about to do that. So overall, the bag is very well built, and the zippers haven't given me a problem one time. I've been able to easy with one hand. Now, as far as wearing it for 3 months and using it, let's take a look at some of the stress points that this bag would have received. And some of the stress points would be right here at this top shoulder strap. Now, this is 3 months of wearing it, and you can see, I don't know if you can see that right there, but it's starting to fray just a little bit. So it hasn't got a hole, it hasn't torn completely, the threads are still there, the sewing is still intact, the strap is still good, but you can see where it's starting to do a little bit of wear, and that's from the stress of it, of this pack with gear in it. Now, I don't overpack this. This just got basic EDC items inside here, everyday carry, so nothing too heavy for the pack. But like I say, when I have that bladder inside, I do not like the way it feels, and the fact that the pressure of it pushes against the bladder, which is not good for the bladder anyway. You shouldn't have it being pressed on so hard, but you can't help it once it's inside of a pack you're using. So empty pack with the bladder, you'd be good to go. But so I just wanted to show you that after 3 months. That's the worst it's gotten so far. Any other spots, I haven't noticed anything, and I've checked it over quite a bit. The handle gets used quite a bit, and it hasn't noticed any ripping in the handles, in the top handle here, because I carry it an awful lot like this too sometimes. But the snaps, this has been undone hundreds of times, and they haven't lost its power. The compression straps have not lost their, from all the tightening and unloosening, they haven't lost any of that. They hold really good. Down here, compression straps on the bottom, they haven't lost anything. They haven't torn or anything like that. So the sewing overall is very good on here. A very well built bag. Just that one part, maybe they could reinforce the straps are on the top a little better. But other than that, it's a very good bag. Now, they say on their website that the bag is waterproof. Well, we had a rainstorm about a month ago, and I had all my stuff inside, and I just threw it outside. Now, I mean, a rainstorm, I mean, it was pouring rain pretty good, so I just threw it outside. Now we're going to see if it's dry inside. Yep, everything here seems dry. The inside's nice and dry. Now the bag outside is soaking wet. I don't know if you can still see the moisture on it. Let's take a look in here. Yep, everything in here is nice and dry. Let's look at the main compartment, because that is where the clothes are at. Clothes are dry, pants are dry, first aid kit, inside's dry. Hope you guys can see the clothes. They are dry. They're not wet at all. So, with that said, the zippers are not waterproof. So you do have to be careful of that. On this pouch right here, there is some water droplets right here on the survivor filter. That's because it was right up next to the zipper. So anything external of the pack will be wet, of course. The Leatherman's wet. And I like to take care of my knives, and when I get them wet, I wipe them off. The G10 handle on the knife is wet, but that's a whole different review. So. Well, so there you have it, guys. This is the Survivor Filter Tactical Hydration Pack. You can get this on their website at survivorfilter.com, and this pack costs $52.50 on their website right now. So it does have a markdown price from, I believe it was $109. So it is a good pack, I will say. I give this pack a thumbs up. The water bladder, I can live with it. I don't like it that it leaks, but it's fine. It's better than nothing. There's other things that complain more about than some water leaking out, but it's not leaking out significantly, so I'm not too worried about it. But just wanted you guys to know. I try to bring truth to an item and a product, and this is it. And you guys, let me know what you think. Like and comment on the video down below. Also, I'll leave a description, or in the description, I'll leave a link to the website and for this pack. And if you would, hit the subscribe button right there in the corner. And until next time, remember, it's not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves.